The left's foremost propaganda outlet has apologized after a disgusting cartoon of President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu led to shock and outrage against the New York Times. With the American left and the Democratic Party that is their vessel for political power taking a dark turn into anti-Semitism following Trump's election and the subsequent failure to remove him from office, it should come as no surprise that the Grey Lady would promote one of history's greatest poisons as it did with a controversial cartoon. The image featured a blind Trump wearing a yarmulke with a grotesque image of Netanyahu as a dog on a leash with the Star of David on the collar. It is a sickening example of the anti-Jewish tropes that have become the stock in trade of the new breed of Democrats as exemplified by Rep. Ilhan Omar and other socialists. New York Times apologizes for cartoon bearing anti-Semitic tropes. Isami https://t.co/njig9raj, haaretz.com, @haaretz.com, April 28, 2019. Vote now. Should Representative Omar be removed from office for her anti-Semitism? The cartoon, which appeared in the NET's International edition, drew widespread condemnation and did little to dispel critics who have pointed out the alarming tolerance of anti-Semitic sentiment on the political left as well as in a party that has fiercely defended thought leaders like Omar, Linda Sarsour and members of the Congressional Black Caucus who are chummy with hate-monger Louis Farrakhan. Donald Trump Jr. was among those who expressed outrage at the need for the flagrant anti-Semitism of the cartoon. Disgusting. I have no words for flagrant anti-Semitism on display here. Imagine this was in something other than a leftist newspaper? https://t.co/3t47dw9b, Donald Trump Jr., @Donald E. Trump Jr. April 27, 2019 via The Hill, Trump Jr. Rips New York Times over flagrant anti-Semitism in cartoon. Donald Trump Jr. on Saturday ripped the New York Times over a cartoon published in its international print edition this week that the newspaper pulled because of anti-Semitic tropes. Disgusting. I have no words for flagrant anti-Semitism on display here, the president's son tweeted. Imagine this was in something other than a leftist newspaper? The New York Times opinion section apologized on Saturday for the cartoon, which depicted President Trump wearing the yarmulke and walking a portrayal of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu as a dog on a leash. Special offer, Gold Trump 2020 coin for 50% off. Get yours today. The Times issued the following tepid apology which attributed the image's publication to an error in judgment as well as blaming it on the paper's news service syndicate which boasts of providing expert storytelling to inspire your audience and one shudders to imagine the types who would be inspired by this obscenity. An editor's note to appear in Monday's international edition. pic.twitter.com/1rl2vzotb3, New York Times opinion, at night opinion April 27, 2019. Some may wonder whether the smug fake news peddlers would have even issued such a lame statement of phony contrition let alone retracted the cartoon were it not for a lunatic who shot up a California synagogue on Saturday. The Times continues to take heavy fire from a number of prominent individuals and organizations including U.S. Ambassador to Germany Richard Grenell who blasted it as despicable. We must call out and condemn anti-Semitism everywhere. This is despicable. https://t.co/hf3kexl4j6, Richard Grenell, @Richard Grenell April 27, 2019. A sample of other reactions. The New York Times owes its readers more than an apology. We are too entitled to an investigation and explanation. How did the anti-Semitic cartoon get published? Who approved it? What steps are being taken to prevent a recurrence? https://t.co/bxfa1ilt30, Alan Dershowitz, @Alan Dersh April 28, 2019. Where should we send your free Trump 2020 hat? Enter your address here, formerly the @newyorktimespic.twitter.com/3kqv4tops, the Reagan Battalion, @Reagan Battalion April 28, 2019 New York Times tradition of anti-Semitism on full display today. This is shocking even for the Times. https://t.co/a5fb28puxp, Mark R. Levine, @Markovin Show April 27, 2019 Looks like the synagogue shooter and the @New York Times cartoonist have the same ideology. pic.twitter.com/rm3l5qdh8f, the Reagan Battalion, @Reagan Battalion April 28, 2019 New York Times internationally prints anti-Semitic cartoon. The neo-Nazi @New York Times continues to play a prominent role in normalizing anti-Semitism. https://t.co/762c2 pic.twitter.com/arnab2ivilj, Pamela Geller, @Pamela Geller April 27, 2019 Today the @New York Times published a insulting and horrific anti-Jewish cartoon. The same day a hate crime occurs in San Diego. If any center-right outlet published an anti-Jewish cartoon like that, they would be blamed for inciting hate crimes and violence, whereas the media. Thoughtful Face, Charlie Kirk, @CharlesKirk11 April 27, 2019 At a time of rising anti-Semitism, when we have become increasingly exposed to the notion of dog whistles and tropes that are anti-Semitic, the @New York Times International Edition did the equivalent of saying hold my beer. As Franzman https://t.co/f0eguatme, The Jerusalem Post, @Jerusalem Post April 27, 2019 That the Times saw fit to publish it during Passover only further illustrates that it is no longer a news organization but rather an anti-Trump propaganda machine that dabbles in Jew hatred. People of moral conscience would be justified in shunning the NET and its advertisers until those responsible for the publication of the offensive cartoon are fired. You might like Let's Block ads. Why?